sawote honkoya na trasa samaba na sawote honkoya na trasa samaba na sawote honkoya na trasa samaba
ayamo ofanya sane mani ade bobiati oba ne wanye ne yaka obe ne yesusu na waka na this government dey anya kula
se wuti konkoya
na che se wo fire
heya ne fire Tonton Sansan bere ne Kwame Minkah ne be wa fidie no ba bia wo bia Dr. Mamadou Bawumia de Dontre 9 be ka che Ghana fo nyina se adwuma na nanado de hye ne nsa yenya mu gidie se ampampa wo ba be ye bibi no se wa anya hwe wo de Dontre 9 ene nsemfo bebre ene brofo akese ene be ka che se adwuma no wantimi anye eti anya mo wan se yebo a wo de message ba se ene sika wo gye a wabra ne adwen se wo ye adwuma bi no sika no won famra akatua allowances ahodo eno ma wo gina Ghana sika mu edi nya ne ho no won fa sa sika ni nyina mra no say ye den nene wo ka che se wo da se pa se ye di brema se ye chairman of the economic management team na wo sa be chire mu se that economic management team no a subcommittee Emma cabinet no na de omo ya ne se ebo man Ghana sika sem ne ho kro no bana omo tenase bobo ho no mo de futuo e de akoma mampanyin na mampanyin no ateki decision like I say in 2016 ye come here te ye and say ba anaka ba wode ba omie ka no nanado e ka kire say ka wode ba omie ka no and say wo ba beboa am ye di ye sika sem ho ensem asabre no wo mu susuyem no na nyina yie no wo mo ba obegina no so e de aye ne yie eti ba omie say that head of economic management team na ye di bra na okura no na wono no enye wono na ye final say enye wono na make the final decision na sa to me no enkura ne nsem na so ni nyina achi no we are proud of contributions any afutu a wode maaye say no kan no.
The governor of the central bank also focused on monetary and exchange rate policy. I focused on the complementary data and systems improvement that would ensure the ease of doing business and change the fundamentals of the economy, making it more dynamic and responsive to modern trends and the management of it more scientific and efficient. Ladies and gentlemen, I was thankfully appointed as chairman of the economic management team. As a subcommittee to cabinet, we do not have any decision-making powers, but I am very proud of the quality of advice we have been providing over the years to cabinet. As vice president, I was asked by the president to assist in solving some of the problems that were inhibiting the transformation of Ghana's economy.
Eti anyanwa wade asema wo kan wo se e wo mu se na nya yen na ye be take decision say ye betimi e de afutuo ne nsema ya bobo ho no e de aye adwuma wa bra committee na trase a wa bobo nsem no e wo mu se sa tumi ne nhye nsem dem mom ye ne je afutuo a ye de ma mampanyin na nado danko akufuado eti afutuo ne bi ne de abra ye se IMF ase na ho kire wo man Ghana etuo bebrebe ye omde ato yesu. Of course, what the idea about me can ya? Your mofutu ni bi. Some more tway. Ah, na ye kase. They had the moment to no bar and won't be here cross it. Yabeko IMF. It look, Papa, Paris in the two screen so. And young one was a better moment to no bar, you know. Yenya could your punk my information minister. A man never pay muka say, Bahumia any hubi. And young one was saying, Yenya John Boyd, Mr. Mo for stories in two screen so. Anya nwa say nya John Boadu asabre no ye general secretary ema eye MPP amanyokuo no eba abonten beka say ta momotuo no baomia ka ho bi baomia gitumu o ka ho bi ena wonim ho bi ena ye de sa e-levy e de beto o my Ghana for so. Some can I see the screenshots of the stories said about Ghana for Beuse, and yet Bosrem Cabina Mede, at say, Obetimi de Atotoa, Yodi kind edit to Swansana, Ubobo video no Missel, Patoson Yanfa Commodity and Daje, any okra. John Boadu, ever confirm ye. No, not this one. John Boadu ever confirm ye, and as answer a could upon Croma, and so be confirm ye. Say, ye levy Momo Tuano. Baumia, no one mubi. It is an Baumia catcher, say, economic management team now no also no. Omujumedia no Muchichemu, governor of the Bank of Ghana, Enya Chafa, or no Baumia Sunya de Obeye, and a face of Kenoforiata, or finance minister, Enya de Obeye, and in Yamuno, Omukani in Elfua, Futuoma, nobody a comma by no, and decision making no, then none of some name, where you're proud of a footwa, or the mamma Penia. Boss, I confirm Bibia, or can be Fufrobia, the anim that Danano Abacatra ye. Say, a Musia Kumo Tuano, a can of foot be on. The foot tuano, 18 and ne, or my Ghana, ye Gina IMF, 18 and ne, or my Ghana, ye dying IMF, a foot be no, and he says he's proud of it. Well, you're proud of it. A brana, Jomama Moko IMF, what in summer, ye Baumia Mokaye, and ne, what, and nam the foot was so. Nanado, a buying no IMF. And Ra, Baumia come yet to say, well, you're very proud of it. And I yet yet to including a young momo and a face where twa, yet the two and yam canya show. A Baumia mofutuo, Baumia say, well, you're proud of it. Of it, your way. A bad year was say, MPP bar bemu, o Maya, your way, what ye? MPP records.
I will first talk about the record of our government and my contribution as Vice President before I lay out my vision. So I ask for your patience. Ladies and gentlemen, when we assumed office in 2017, we were confronted with an economy with declining economic growth, along with several problems and challenges. A graphic description of the state of the economy at the time was provided by the former president and my main opponent for the 2024 presidential election, who announced to the nation that the meat was finished and the economy was left with bones. Notwithstanding the difficult economy we inherited, we had to get on with it and start to fix the problem. We started with a clear, decisive, and deliberate program. Among other things, stabilize the economy, fix doomsaw, fix the National Health Insurance Scheme, fix the roads, clear the arrears, make education free and accessible, significantly enhance social protection for the vulnerable in society, industrialize our economy, tackle youth unemployment, and empower farmers. Between 2017 and 2019, all the key economic indicators, such as economic growth, agricultural growth, industry growth, interest rates, fiscal deficit, exchange rate depreciation, and the trade balance, were all moving in the right direction. However, between 2020 and 2022, we experienced severe challenges.
But between 2017 and 2019, a day no more year, what Dr. Mamadou Baumia Kasemo, no my Ghana Sikasem Ejina ye. That Mwayano, and that dear His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kanema Penia, and Ra, Nabaumia Bono Subose, oja sikasɛm a na enyina yie no ɛdane mu ayɛ anasa ne nsɛm bi a ɔde tu dwabra na wɔ TV do mantem yɛ sɛ Bawumia kasa nra no wɔse Mahama mu gya ɔmo economy a na atete apansam ɔmo gya ɔmo economy a na aka dompe na nam ne nyinaa asa asam na Mahama kan no yɛbɛdi wo dwuma one of these days daa nana no ɔpa akyerɛ deɛ but before then no yɛntie John Dramani Mahama wabra no ɔde to Ghana fo anim nia wɔde gya aban wei and adansidie no wɔ nia esiyɛ ɛbra COVID-19 ɛbaayɛ but saa nkyerɛkyerɛ mu no bɛba atie Mahama.
And let me put this thing to rest once and for all. They always talk about the mess John Mahama left us, the economic mess he left us. I mean, let's just go down a comparison lane. When I left office, the debt to GDP was 57%. Today, the debt to GDP is more than 100%. It means if you take all Ghana's GDP and you turn it into money, you use it to pay all our debts and you still owe 3%. Our debt to GDP was 57%. And the optimum GDP for middle income countries that is recommended by the IMF is 60%. So we're even under the recommended debt to GDP. When we left office, the budget deficit was 6.6%. Today, the budget deficit, it even went to 15%. It has now started dropping. When we left office, inflation was 15.5%. Inflation under this government went to 54% and is only now dropping. It's about 30%. When we left office, cocoa production was 960,000 metric tons. And we went for syndication loan of $1.8 billion, brought $1.8 billion into this country. Today, cocoa production is under 500,000 tons. And when they went for syndication, they got only $800 million. At 8%, we got 1.8 billion at 2%. And so what are you talking about? You can't compare the economy under us.
Eti, where the mama ni mina media tuano. The President John Mahama aka afani ya wadija eye nanado eni Bawumia aban no. Ena emfaswa eba ma omo. And in fact, one kasa betima a research way. Ebro mo ba 2017. Na IMF edi kan dia tudwa. Say Ghana and Shishaya wano IMF eye man somewhere in 2015 no. Wabra yeko 2017, 2018 no. Ebema economy no. Abejinam pempensua ebe yakon. Okay, ubetima yes our research. In fact, uko YouTube crampa, there are videos available of IMF and penifoni bia umoka sa asem no. Eti edia pa na na Bawumia pa kire. Se umbetu economy na asai. Edia pa na na Bawumia pa kire. Se omobetu excess capacity eka a na eda ho. Eye nyinam kane eka na eda ho. A won ne kasem no wo se no na be ye wo ma de soa. Ebra COVID-19 by because so wutie ne kasa na wo se until 2020 ebra COVID-19 by no asupitia to mama penso musi no eno na be save wo man Ghana. Stabilization fund, heritage fund, sinking fund. For 2 ahodo John Mahama mu jaye no eno na be save aban we. In spite of sika bebrebe a wo munya free achede a amama ahodo de che Ghana World Health Organization enhye bia Ghana enya so mfaso wo sika nya kwa so ni nyina echie no for 2 John Mahama mo de to ho no eno na bebo aban we ho ban abra na sabre no wo hunu ba bia won famfa eti enese Bawumia ebegyina Ghana fo anim ekasa John Mahama mo anya hwea na de no pa atre ebra no waka excess capacity excess capacity no ne twi na asechira ne se enyinam kane ahode ya abusuo eti wanya enyinam kane ahode ya abusuo de na wosa wo de ye energy sector levy no afoto no de na ewom na botaye atuato ne ye de go back check 2016 budget statement 2017 budget statement in fact they can afford ata na ankasa betu dwa wo mraso bedwafie de kafa energy sector levy and botaye atuato eti wo beto ka that's the kind of that foto nim no what the ye den ya na de ye yentoaso ba omi aka say eba agriculture na say kuayo a MPP apenso enyini chen eye NDC apenso said you sika na asem ni
January last year, agricultural growth, industry growth, trade balance, exchange rate depreciation, lending rates, gross international reserves, and jobs. The performance of all these key indicators is better under our government than that of the 2013 to 2016 period, when there was no global crisis. Let me give you two examples for the sake of time. You look at agricultural growth and the stronger GDP growth performance in 2017 to 2022 period is underpinned by a strong agricultural GDP growth, which increased from an average of 2.9% between 2013 and 2016 to an average of 6% between 2017 and 2022. We have done double what we inherit, notwithstanding the crisis. We have made a lot of progress in agriculture, even though there is more to be done. Rice imports, for example, have declined by 45%, from 805,000 metric tons to 440,000 metric tons between 2021 and 2023. The goal is to be a net exporter of rice by 2028. It is clear that some of our policy interventions, such as planting for food and jobs, have borne fruit. I now tackle exchange rate depreciation.
Exchange rate no so. And medical bosso acheche e de mfato bi abata ba ebe sa ba ho. Na yesi dua se be ya mo amante no ye gina sa mfato no e de akasa. Ba agriculture na reality ni say emre bi ba ye wo man Ghana ha. Na Minister of Agric adane obi a oton board wa Greek ministry ho. Bode ho be ye den. To the sense Minister of Agric no e no dane agriculture ministry ho eye edwom ene ye ton bode wo ho. Thank you. O sa video na say na manfo esi abo apeso na bi tietie bi so all because abai ne peso ye bibi ma manfo hunu say bode bo nse na eni soro sa. Eso wenti man sustain sa de no. Ene cocoa production say na city here. Cocoa production et say wo mamu ha. Kani ani nam 9,600 metric tons, 1 million tons, crampo pain. And that's saying the city here. To the sense, cocoa processing companies are now commodity light and heavy beans, no. Now come did you munuma, my gun, hano. And then light beans, no, bebrena, ya cra, and yaba memuha, a crafty Nigeria, what you want in a home chrono. Two by Vakra Tebi, and the veteran say, Kayo Koso, Wabra fertilizer. Eboya ayade amakuanina na de na opatre enura wode bebo ni nuba ya ho ban wokodwom ekoto a ne bo dendenden na be ga je say why ama se de akuaye no eso ba mfaso ba yi mfaso no wai ti ba omi asem okafa akuaye ho no afa yentie sidi na ya hata mokai Santa Maria fo ba nanado danko akufuado Baumia, I mean the President of the Republic of Ghana, was Santa Maria, and Abaka said, Sidino, I hata, and Nutino de Baumia ba. And the Baumia say, Mama, penso na, $1 to cedi no na ye 4 cedis no eno ne nye na mom de ye eye sabre $1 what the 2 cedi ho a eye 12 Ghana cedis tie we.
It is also interesting to note that in 2016, just before we came into office, the cedi depreciated by an average of 17.7% annually. But since 2016, between 2017 and 2020, there was a significant decline in cedi depreciation to an average of 7.5%. Average cedi depreciation further declined 6.8% between 2017 and 2021. However, the 30% depreciation of the cedi in 2022 resulted in the average depreciation of the cedi between 2017 and 2022 to be 10.75%. So again, notwithstanding the domestic and global economic crisis, the depreciation of the cedi under our government is lower than that we inherited from the 2013 to 2016 period.
Eti wey aye Dr. Mamadou Bawumia. Ene Bawumia logic nyansa e wo Bawumia trima what dan na di e di ache Ghana fo a yen ye fa mampanyin no madwuma no nyansa wo dan na di ene se ebra na cedi to dollar $1 eye 4 Ghana cedis no abra ne de na cedi na hoden no enya kura na bom enemrema $1 to cedi no eye 12 cedis no enemremu de no enu mom na ye. This is the logic of Dr. Mamadou Bawumia. Wey eno say yenyina so ne yemfa man adwuma number your man yimu pani wabra wo kire say in 2025 na ye kono ye sika sem no ente say afra say o. And you see ade ba ko omugu so omuka the highest form of dishonesty. Yes, our global economic crisis. Global economic crisis. Global economic crisis in a bianto Togo for. I mean, yadia could you work coronavirus no? Ebi ama Togo. Ebi ama Cote d'Ivoire. Togo wa IMF. Cote d'Ivoire wa IMF. Burkina Faso wa IMF. Argentina Ghana wa IMF. Bawumia ka se mu nra. Was it no money be obehwe? Ah, 1 year wa bra wo ba be ye mampanyi se Ghana for 2 mana. Se Ghana for 2 mana. And no money be obehwe 1 year and say overspending. Say ye say sika, ye di sika nyafu. That ye no 1 year. Is that an admission? Say under wanini eye Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo no overspending cost. Is that an admission? No, what kasa munte din you look. Yeah, would you be free? Also, minim say the kasa no. A twada waka the way waka no. Ya na share bufu. The twada would you bufu the floor. Neti any din. Uti any din and abahu and seven. And he said, yes, city here. Mamma Bakubi. Dear fa, a year on my Ghana sika some yentia. I want to raba. Would you TNT movie? Say Pashuma. Catch them.
Anarchy and chaos. Indeed, Ghanaians were hit hard by rising food prices, increased exchange rate depreciation, and rising fuel prices, and rising transportation fares. Bondholders also saw a sharp decline in their net worth following the painful debt restructuring program. We faced very challenging times. But with calm leadership and the support and understanding of the good people of Ghana, we have weathered the storm. The government had to seek IMF support to stabilize our economy and restore fiscal and debt sustainability over 3 years. I must, at this stage, salute and give particular recognition to the Bank of Ghana, which has come under unfair criticism for taking the necessary measures which help pull the economy back from the brink. The Bank of Ghana provided needed financing to the government at that critical moment. What the Bank of Ghana did was very responsible in putting the interest of the good citizens of Ghana first. The data which is available shows that the financing provided to the government by the Bank of Ghana was temporary. The Bank of Ghana has provided zero financing to government in 5 out of the last 7 years. Zero financing in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021, and 2023. The Bank of Ghana financing of government in the COVID-19 year of 2020 and the liquidity crisis year of 2022 was because of the domestic and global crisis, underperforming revenue and no access to international capital markets. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news is that the data shows that the economy is recovering from the crisis we faced.
Yeah, adeɛ baako a wɔkan no so ɛwɔ sɛ wɔde wɔadwene kɔ ho ɛyɛ deɛ ɔka fa Bank of Ghana ho ɛnɛ Bank of Ghana esi dan tintinti bi wɔ akyire aregye a wɔsɛ over $200 million ɛwɔ so COVID bere ni mu a na wɔsia sɛ saa bere no yakɔ ahohiahia mu no na Ghana aban ɛnyɛ sika ahodoɔ ɛde afiri World Bank hɔ amama ahodoɔ mu kyɛ sika. In fact, Ghana fo a yɛkyinkyim ɔmo nsa fa no de kwan so ano dewa ɛkwan so ɛma ɔmo de sika bɛto futuo mu sɛ yade aba eti yɛn nyinaa yɛn fa ntoboa no ne nyinaa yɛ sika no mo wɔ saa bere no. And also foto ahodoɔ a tɔma ama aban ni gya ya na sika wom ɛno nso ɔmo de bɛkyerɛ sɛ COVID no ɔmo yusu eti na deɛ nko na ɛsi wɔ Ghana a sika wei a mabobɔ so nyinaa no na asentia na ɛwɔ sɛ Bank of Ghana ɛnso ɛbɛboa Ghana aban. You see, last time a Bank of Ghana governor no ɛkasa no that 22.04 billion a ɔmo de hyɛ ɔmo de bɛsɔ aban asene ɛnam so nti ɛyɛ minority leader anaasɛ minority na ɛwɔ Brahyɛbadwafie ɛkɔ ho yɛ kyerɛ no ɛno na ahye baomi a wɔse deɛ ɔmo yɛn no na ɛnyɛ fair ɛma ɛyɛ governor of the Bank of Ghana. But question is sika bebrebe a na monya ɛwɔ Ghana din mu wɔ abere na yadeɛ n'aba no ɛne to ahodoɔ a mogye yɛn ɛne si bosi ahodoɔ a mobɔ wɔ yɛ din mu ɛne foto a na ɛda hɔ dada na sika wɔ mu no na sika no nyinaa na mowɔ no nyinaa no ɛyɛ ɛdan na sign deɛ na mode yɛ a ɛsan yɛ a ɛho behia sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ Bank of Ghana ɛde sika bɛhyɛ Ghana ban ɛde bɛsɔ Ghana ban asene. That is the question. And adeɛ baako so ɔyɛ yɛ nura ɛne sɛ ɛsɛ sikasɛm no sɛdeɛ ɛsitie no mene me nuanom mmienu kɛnoforiata obiara de n'ani hwɛ baabi ba me deɛ digitalization ɛna mede m'ani kyerɛeɛ ɛna ɔwieyɛ na ɔde tu ne ho asafohene sɛ ɛba abɛɛfo kwan a yɛfa so de yɛ adeɛ ntɛntɛm a wɔno paa na abɛboa ama ɔman Ghana ɛkɔ n'anim na ɛno so na ɔbɛgyina ama ɔman Ghana akɔ mpɛmpɛnsoɔ foforɔ nkyɛ bia mede George Atta bɛba nkɔmmɔ nim. But no, yentie Baumia on digitalization. Baumia on digitalization. Okay. Banzana no yentie Haruna Idrisu, former minority leader. Your kafa yet digitalization. Would it way?
Onko chawte nya papulo ormo kuna. Bato kuna na kanen kurbe yalba nere katala nebe lapse pakuyama. En lapse pakuyala kinda ba shelma ambara. So en lapse Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mr. President and President of the Fourth Republic, I intend to speak on two major items. When I hear the NPP say that Baumia is experienced, so those of you who know English well, comparison of experience. John Mahama, experienced vice president. John Mahama, experienced president. Somebody has a less of it. Somebody has a less of it. And somebody has a combination of having been in government and will benefit from the opportunity of hindsight. And that is John Dramani Mahama. And so, when I hear the MPP say that Bawumia is leading a digital revolution, probably they don't even know how a revolution starts. To quote Alhaji Hudu Yaya, is not to make your table nice. This is a spoon. This is some cutlery or no. The foundation of a digital Ghana was led by the NDC and led by Edward Salia and subsequently succeeded by John Dramani Mahama. Then subsequently, before you had the like of Kandapa, Maikokwe, Haruna Idrisu. So if you want how digitalization started in Ghana, check your history and check the records well. It began under John Mahama when he hyped telecoms from postal. Remember, go back to history. He had to hype the postal sector from the telecom sector. That is when you people started saying, Mejina Bontina Mekasa. You remember, that was the beginning of the digital revolution. The introduction of mobile telephony into our country. So today when you hear digitalization, Dr. Bawumia, are you doing that man on smartphones? If there was no mobile telephony of MTN on the GSM platform, would there be digitalization? Somebody somewhere had to start the digital revolution. Indeed, President Mahama and the NDC, Inye Solomon, Ankuba Ho, Anu Kulungugu, under President Mahama, there was a Norwegian funding of 28 million euro to lay fiber from Ho to Kulungugu. Go and check the records and check from the embassies. So when you say you want to be digital, you need to build infrastructure. The infrastructure, some, to be fair to them, commenced under Kufuor, but built upon John Dramani Mahama. So after infrastructure, in fact, what the NPP did right, I'll give them one credit, was legislation to pass the laws, reforms. But after reforms were the laws. Now when Bawumia says that digitalization, hear him well, I'm not sure he himself even understands digitalization. The NDC concept of digitalization and John Mahama's concept of digitalization, listen, is simply to mainstream ICT in all aspects of our national life. Full stop. That is what John Mahama is talking about when he says, I want to introduce digitalization into the public sector. So that when you commit a crime, today, people are still doing mobile theft, mobile money transfer theft. Where there is proper digitalization, it should be easy to arrest them. Because that Ghana card coincides with your what? Your ID card together with your mobile number in order that anonymity is eliminated.
And about me, I say, Obia Wukrano. And I'm so a Ghana card, you bet me, and you're detecting a fingerprint. And about me, I say, Onwa, and now the so I didn't see a kumo to a buyer no. Was so the Ghana for 2 mana, will be you start for every war. And about me, I say, Onwa, and now the so I levy buyer no. The Ghana for 2 abamana, waba, will be you start for every war. And about me, I say, Sa bet to one, and that one, and now Momoso, and now one no so head of economic management team, and I'm the so a buyer no. Waba, wobe everywhere. And about me, I want to know Yenim Baby, I in the national service. Baumia Yenim Baby, I in the national service. Was this a Ghana for 2 abamana? Now waba. Wobe national service in everywhere. That a ya, I'm grand humano, ever to be the no mako, university campuses, I would no mako pet, a Jumaya for, a pen Yuma momo. And about me, I say, now pencil under him as head of economic management team. You can't infrastructure, digitalization infrastructure. 2017 pana NCF4 etimi ye bebre na mo ye no e yo ma pension na si ye kwa ahoma no so na ya hwe asem ye okan enokra George Atta kane no wo ye nita ye ne no entwetwe nkomo eja Atta ye mo ache mo akwaba eja ye mo ache mo akwaba
ya me ni ala de ze
ya me na darma ye ho ye Dr. Mamadou Bawumia wo pe president adie ene nsem na ye gusu aye bobo minim se nra wutie no wo eye asem a okafa abefo adeyo intentem digitalization no oso ma penso pa na wo mutu anamo ahodo a esi fapem ene sese anadwo da fie kura na esuma ba wa bra woni kanea wutimi to kanea wa wo fon so oso ma penso ene nsi eye infrastructure ahodo enokre
mamentia na me ma chiefo nyina ache tisa de wo ka mitie ne nsam no abi dodo na emse ya dia wakeka wo se etoro bia yeso kan utwanto bebre na akwa ye nokra ma wa ho ayesi atiase digitalization no digitalization yenya atiase se de a hon ye betimi aka se we yesi abase we yesi digitalization egina eniema mienu ye free infrastructure eniema kiti bia eduwa hu aya udi besis ya kwan mu said ye beya ye betimi akọ ye toso mienu a friend of applications na infrastructure no ebi ne de infrastructure ne bi a friend of fiber ne ya ahomatia bi a yetutu from beshe fiber no ene ama me no kapai fiber no ene ama utimi stream where you YouTube.
That's right.
Ene ma yitiminya internet fiber no ene ema ye exchange documents ye nyema bebre enya no nko a ye frɛ bibi ma unse mpempi wona ma da bia be bia hu na de tintin bia a tese aha ye no ye frɛ no mobile mass and as cell station ye no sa cell stations no ye wo mu ahodo bebre in fact ene ame no ka say ye bia men pesa me kwa kire bebre me start ye bi 2.5 2.75 you will be 3G, 3.5, 3.75, and you will 4G.
Yeah.
Nadia, you know, so a cat far by ya make what the mayor woman, and the ma, it's me near ma. Woka say a num up barefoot in the Kwanzo Yam, it's me. They are no new wa. Won't mean a fee. Now, John Dramani Mahama, former President Dramani Mahama. Abra oye mampani no ohun sem e bedroom rebi no Ghana wododo na be ye course Ghana fofo dodo na be hia internet dia ye nyuma bebre na mpempi no aya na telcos no omun sibie na de ye hihye enko nkurankuma no because nipa na ho no endoso because of the kwa afidie no hu se si wo sa no use electricity esa use electricity failure ubeto fuel for generator esa use battery any ma the maintenance na high it is obeko said the credit ase na ni fa bia 200 de bua o hwe the economic returns are or the kosu at the na m1 nto onye de onfanko nti na most of the time ko nkura nketewa no bia o network no onye de unya no ubehu na internet kura na ye one bar.
That's right.
We course kura na o brand na wako John Mahama, ye ne say. Or the sci-fi by ya meka ho asemi. Or the started from the Eastern Corridor, or the started from Ho all the way to Wako to two from the Shero. That ya be ya enkura twa ho nyina hie ni nyina no. Omo betimi adan enya abɛɛfoɔ nimdeɛ no
Yeah.
enti no ane sɛ telco no a let's say sɛ MTN anaasɛ Vodafone baabi a wontumi nnuru no ɛno ara sɛ ɔde ne mfidi akɔsɔ so no wayɛ dɛ wakɔnɛkte yɛno na nkyɛn at the time no ɔyɛ president na afei na yɛfrɛ bibi YMAX aba YMAX no yɛfrɛ no 3.75 yɛno no frequency ni sa but at that time no frequency ni sa nso na tumi kɔ anim paa na speed no ɛso nti sɛ wode bi a 30 minutes ɛna bɛ download bi a 1 hour video a
Yeah.
na wei ne deɛ wobɛtumi ayi so bi a 15 minutes nti ɔma yɛstate yɛ YMAX no almost 60 ɛduru baabi a yɛbɛkɔ ayi a yɛbɛyɛ dodoɔ aka ho no na 4G baeɛ na 4G no so speed no ɛso kyɛn 3.75 no na quickly yɛyɛ update ɛne yɛkɔyɛ 4G nti John Mahama na de 4G baa Ghana ɛna ɔma yɛsii saa mfidie yi saa 4G no saa 120 across the country.
Yeah.
Nti baabi obi wɔ bia nkanka abaya so yɛ district assemblies ne hospital friends health facilities no ɔmo nyinaa tumi nya 4G network a na ɔmo de yɛ ɔmo nnwuma. Nti that is the infrastructure from Mahama de yɛ. But
Mr. O, you're bringing it. But the Baumia Kanye was saying NCA provided 6 fiber optic licenses since Ghana. Ghana. And the first was provided under former President John Ajekum Kufuor, which was Vote.com. Of all the 6, 5 were provided under Nana Dankwa Kufuor and the MPP. It was, you know, where so under the MPP since 2017, we have provided licenses for 5. That 5 by year, what can one say? And only in a shua, a buama, I'm put to a bay. I don't know what can say, my pencil, my baby channel.
I know correct. NCA, Australia on the function is a regulator. NCA and lay fiber. And not NCA, my license are, and just say they lay fiber. Yeni na fapem ne say John Mahama NDC are buying LA fiber from Ho to Boko. And or yes, extension eba ya beti NCA buta NCA say as we speak fiber and nam or more office war Eco National Data Center no. If you want a buy ben NCA fiber and nam NCA wa a man NCA be ya munyuma nyina no. A connected data center no. Why na ye? It was John Mahama. NCA as a by a regulator. My licenses, fine. Licensing, you have license for so many things. My license to a private entity. Private entity, no one at the Baba and the Juma. You my licenses are Ubuawa, Abia, or hotel facilities on what we call any fiber. We have MTN and I say almost some more fiber to home. It was a baby, and if I know one up, I said, Obey me and your market. No, I lay fiber. If you lay fiber, that is a private thing. Yeah, a buyer Sadia, a buyer who was Sadia and said, and propose to me your network, no, and then I will yafa home. That is the thing. Because I know that me apply for passport. Obi there, or apply for card. So, oh, ye biano. This is our networking. Our network is who here, and then my data and work from. I don't think our time, 1 month. Private institutions are all kinds of state licenses. As soon as data boy, I didn't hear.
But digitalization, as soon as we know what can say, nay, it's a crowd, the Asupitino, or Munyan Krata Sembebre, and they who fear now that other one, I do not, or can you Duma, put it to light, our phone. So, what's one? I don't know why I have a number.
Kwame, and how baby. In fact, yes, started the friend e-transform. Under the e-transform, there were so many models. There were e-education. E-education said that they ever connect all the schools to internet. You have built the computer laptop more. You have training class, and yes, and I have a laptop to test there be. There were e-help. E-help from hospitals in you have digitized records. In fact, yes, started. I kolebu Kolebu was one of our pilots in 2016. Records, no computers, records, digitized, e-justice. E-justice says digitizing court documents, court cases now online to make it easier for reference in the home. And now I know say so baby no person or passport or apply online. I have videos to cry what GBC. I know say launch at the time I launched passport online now. Some may name I use here passport.gov.gh. I mention of the map Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Wow. Na momo swear.
There's no truth.
Na momo swear. Say momo no. Ba omi abaye eno na ye de bank account. Momo no swear.
Momo Momo, yes, Momo. At the time, no, not my friend said we were dealing with them in silos. And the car said to forestall any cyber security. Yeah, I just said, you have more minds operating within the same. But you said, you who maybe a Vodafone, now maybe send this Kakurama, or now you're empty, because seamlessly. And no thing at the gate, a buyer, who answers why then you start again. That interpayment platform. Emma who use Momo, Emma who use bank card, and yet you're in Nano. Who started it? It was John Mahama. It was John Mahama.
Wow.
In fact, Accra Digital Center here, we had something we call Community Information Center. Dr. Manebuama, the time, will be about 61 and no nationwide.
Yeah.
And tonight it was to stop people from moving to Accra. And the communities, we have a community information center. I want to open birth set open passport, open driver's license. And also, we have something we call e-pay. E-pay, no, me issue at the time for bank card. In fact, we even had a check, which me issue check, electronic check. Emma, let me clear. Birth and death certificate, witness, all the records are there. It is our centers, so not your home center, your sound is our infrastructure, you make internet. It's a Humaya number for me 5 by 4G network. Yeah, no hobby. And see, I manage young until I make this as the person who said Paumiano at the end of why. Because so far, no. The your lay foundation, your study applications, what has he done to claim credit for?
Also, say credit Ghana card no. Well, who cry you bet me Ghana card so Eddie who fingerprints in Hong Kong.
Now wouldn't be Ghana card. The original plan and here what Ghana card is there, and the primary document. Primary document for every citizen of Ghana. Into your fingerprints, no BBR, na your store. And Nuntina John Mahama, Ecosi Data Center, no. The biggest trade data center in West Africa. John Mahama Kosi, Ministry of Communication building, a was here 3 floors. And she said, Abra, who didn't perform your main data, who you be, who be sano. Who can you be any who didn't date of birth, who didn't say any nano. Young Coston were yes, Stone were Ghana. And now me know Kate. Busasa addresses are for the year Ghana Cardinal. I had the same address and they had the bubble you see that hotel baby at Nana. Wow, for your card put down address out the year. Address out the same bank account. Would the year insurance, would the year the opposite of the year. Address and the bowl gate. You see why we are going as a country?
Matthias, yeah.
Digitalization, is the emerging economy. It's the emerging economy. Now, young she and not near maybe Papa Gus or dinner no car, young cancer no or cano. Or my lose job. And on my lose the whole policy nanka, never said why no. Why are you bedroom ready? No,
very well. Orata, and Common said yes, I had then all. And here say, Baumian some now, the other 2 grand, you be bobo, honia, ya pension pensimuno. And Benadine your bags here, Benya studio, I say, Nakwa boy, and ye who digitalization baby was say oh my Ghana yedi ani hwe yede toto de Baumia ka ye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eka ye nyina ye hunu de beboa ye say oh my use enya ba so bebe studio
me babdo nyame ya to ma meba na ma ba be chichi mu o be ka e be fa na Genesis to
Revelation
ya bobo mu na obi a o chinchin bia no ehu se de titi a na fe no entiasi aba
Matthias
obi ani ho a one making digital investments in Ghana infrastructure and applications than John Mahama.
Okay.
I must be very clear on this.
Very well. I said, Medo, I say, Chichimuno, I'm any other ho. Eti, Ora, Georgia Tabuate, now 10 and Canacane, or no, boss, Nita. Answer the idea, Tonton Sansan, but to a war and 70 beer. Baumia can, Maminkai will be out. Baumia, the E-levy buyer. Or say, the Motu Abamana, Obechem. Baumia, what do you see Kumo to a buyer? Or say, Samotu Abamana, Obechem. Baumia wade betting to a buyer. Was some to a bamana will become Baumia na penso sikadia basa a course was some to a bamana that's sikadia basano a so bete a dear netre. On a very copoku was sembika at a Baumia ni woman handle no ye way.
Share. What be introduced what dear be my politics muda Dr. Baum. Since 1992.
Dear be mad.
No politics subino. You will be a politics muda. Ono dia otimi kasem bia may say adia channel call me bonfa ho. Yes.
The nature show that you crowd can.
No, but in fact, Enra me watch it. Bra o kasa showdown.
Yes.
Nana me fi o man managing no. Also me head the way o kasa platform. And also a problematic.
The way o kasa
platform. Yes, even during his campaign. Wow. The way he speaks, you know. I see a garden.
Just say.
And yes, I'm a politician kasa. You to be look, Mami can't show many MPP need to share London. Okay, I'm saying, biggest challenge. I'm a no much umpire, Dr. Baum. That's why. I think some of the kind, Nessos. In fact, on one Casano, no meaning say, and you do bet me, but no cannot. So your economy in the and I'm seeing TB, no bet me, and a doma could do her.
Wow.
Now, Unima, one MPP, or can say, was this about me? We knew more primaries now. NDC campaign yanya say yanin sama wa kekano yanya van yan Francis oni yanyi awa Ghana hanya ya campaign. You see, every good leader biya no ade ba ko pe na wo hia credibility. Anything na free wanum bebe biya no wo say ya asema ya no kureto do so that a man for will continue to respect you.
That's right.
Na o matumi adu achi the way a leader now no nipa nam na ka jom say adwada may you say, Najwada Kawanya, Brother may say, Nanya. Omo na wo kan sam chi obi obo we dey sa
only credibility.
A man ya maya. Ayo enyo ya ne wom. E peso obi aba adwabo na sibi. Na asem ye wo bia mu oka. Na man ye ye. Kunsum. Yemfa mu mai. Otrobodo yemfa mu mai. Mosempa.